Oh yeah, it's Xavier at the top end of Stronsay, and just following up from what I was talking about just a few days earlier about the creators top 7 in under 7 or under 3 days anyway. I just thought I'd share in the drinking spirit that seems to be prevailing there, either through Mike or Sam. So cheers, and let's get this one down here. I know, lightweight, because I can't get it down. But anyway, I just thought I'd do an update. Stronsay rock. My desire was to try and link up and join some of the smaller creators and see if we can build something. That's me just stopping for probably the only vehicle that actually operates in Stronsay, and it would happen to go past while I'm doing this. I'll tell you what, I can't believe sunshine's coming out just as I'm filming. At the moment we've got 17 creators who've now, with the latest being Candice, Bonsai Science, who with 24 minutes and from Wisconsin, surprised me, really honest, and again it was interesting to hear her story, and a number of you have told your stories, which to be fair I didn't really expect. You know, I was all about hashtag where you're from, and just enough interest there so fellow creators and subscribers get out just a feel for who the person is behind the camera. But you know, stats wise, let's have a look what we've got. We've so far got 7 different countries represented. We've got the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, Germany, South Africa and Sweden, and actually it's an island near Gothenburg, so it's off the Swedish coast. I mean, South Africa's Pretoria. Germany, I think, yeah, you're from, it's Dusseldorf. The reason I got that is from one of the comments lower down. It may be that it's not Dusseldorf, but certainly you're in Germany at the moment. We can't beat Sam, who's in the South Australian Dunny. Cheers, mate. I won't follow that with any other obvious comments. Canada, we've got Ontario, I think northwest, southwest, or east-west. Nova Scotia, fantastic bonsai by the sea. In the US, Wisconsin, Maryland, got a couple in California, and UK, there's 6 of us. And to be fair, Jonas, I don't count Cornwall as part of the UK. You're your own world. You are one road in, one road out. Jason from Wakefield. And I must make an apology because I've got everyone's countries down here and places. But Ryan, North East England, you can tell you're from North East England because you live somewhere in Spring. Who's the shortest so far? Well, there's no doubt Tony of Tony Bonsai, 6 minutes 14 seconds, to the point. Got it in there a bit like his wire, no mucking about, get it on, does the job. So well okay, as I've got the sun blaring straight into my face, I'm probably coming up all so lit up. This is what I look like in the shade. Yeah, I need to stay in the shade, I think. Anyway, I've had a few people who've been asking me, can I give a better display of the stuff I picked up at Doncaster, and also the stuff I picked up from Dougie at Whattston. So, ignoring the weeds didn't come with it. This is the first, I believe this is Privet. This is all courtesy of Mike Gray on his stand. Absolutely great guy, really great guy. Loads and loads of this sort of pre-bonsai yamadori type stump, and this is what I was looking for. I was looking for some really thick trunks, and it just gave me an idea of how you wire stuff out just for that initial setting. I mean, that is just massive, but I can use it to practice carving and everything like that. So really happy with this one. I've never done Privet before, but I'm assuming it's a lot like box. Yeah, so this will just sit in the garden till next year, and I'll do some reading on Privet, but that's the first of the Privets. Okay, this second one, a lot smaller, but again, I'd be honest, I could have bought all this stuff. I could have bought it all. Well, apart from that, I didn't have all the money I needed. Another Privet. Again, a lovely great hunk of a stump. But what was more, to be fair, what was more is that up till now, although you sort of see people do it, I'd never actually had much idea on how to approach that initial wiring styling. And I've got a couple of box that I've had in the corner, and I've never really been able to work out what to do with them. And sometimes the answer is really obvious, and for many of you go, well, it's obvious, you know, you wire it out flat and you create a basic structure like this. But you know, sometimes things just don't occur the right way. But I've got some lovely stumps to carve here. So that's the second one. Third one, again, a lot smaller, shallower down, but it's going to be a brilliant showing. I think it's showing. Again, nice stump, and just wired out horizontally to give a very basic sort of pyramidal structure. Pyramidal. Sounds like something my dog used to do. Pyramidal time. Is that another one of those shoot me moments? I think it probably is. Yeah, so again, this is another one that just that initial basic structural wiring has already been done for me. I'm happy the roots are in there, so you know, it could be something that gets this is something I'll do the repot next spring and get it into a more traditional training pot. And then finally this beast. I couldn't believe how much hawthorn there was actually at Doncaster, but this is one of the things when I went up there, I had two things in mind: a black pine, and I wanted to get 2 or 3 hawthorn stumps. Had no idea how much it would cost or what sort of quality I'd get, and then this was the first one I saw. And I mean, for people who regularly get hawthorn or can collect these, it's probably one of loads, but I was absolutely again, my smack was gobbed. So I picked up this, and you know, I'm really happy. I'm looking forward to working with it. There's so much inspiration there for me, and I just want to wait and see how it comes out. But so now I've finally got a decent hawthorn stump and something to work on. And Mike, I'm not joking, I'll be up there again next year in the February or March. If you're going to have more material of the same sort of price range and the same sort of quality, in fact I might go a little bit higher, I'll be looking to snap it up. So anyone who hasn't been to Doncaster, and it took me a few years before I finally made the journey, it is literally 5 minutes off the A1. You don't need to do very much to find it. It's massive, everyone's there, you've seen it. If you haven't seen the video, you've seen it. But even if you're just starting, well, as I am in some of these, hawthorn's fairly new to me, you can really get some bargain. So anyway, so that's the stuff from Mike Gray. I think it comes up Mike Gray Leeds. So I'm, you know, really grateful to him. But now you probably want to have a look. I don't know why I'm looking over there. There's full of oaks there. You want to have a look at the stuff I got from Whattston in a bit more detail. Okay, this is Yelly-esque. He likes to come in like that from the side. But yeah, so when I saw Dougie at Whattston on the way back from the holidays in Stronsay, I had no intention of buying anything. Well, I looked there. He had some black pine stock, which I saw on his website. But a sort of combination of guilt because he's treated me so well and everything else. I couldn't help it. Went for this, and it's so healthy. Beautiful bark on it. Lovely candle mass. Absolutely fantastic. I couldn't see any obvious defects. So I've got that. He has suggested I need to wire this branch, which I will do. Yeah, so that's the Japanese white pine and a Nitagawa juniper. I can tell by the foliage is straight away and the way the needles are. It's a different quality to, well, mine's not quality, but yeah, it's, you know, it's on a rock. Still got the binding on it. So I sort of splashed out on that. I don't have Itagawa, so I've got that one, root on rock. I do love it. Lovely movement, bends. Got some wire, I've got some branches to bend, but I don't want to touch it. I'm going to be, in fact, Candice, and I know there's lots of others there who are probably storming experts, even Yelly. If you have a look at these, and you tell me what you might want to do with it. And the second one, again, Itagawa. This is roots on plastic pot. It's all for me to do, but that type, it's incredible. That scale, that juniper growth. Very straightforward. I mean, it's there for me to train. So again, I'll be looking for advice on that, because I don't want to muck these ones up. And these are the food pellets that Dougie sells. I'll do a little video on one of them next year, but these are quite hard pellets. They don't go off smell, the birds don't like them. They actually smell a bit like camphor, not camphor, or so they've got a slight sort of that sort of smell, and the birds don't like it, so it puts them off. But you know, it sits on there. It's very, very good organic fertilizer. So I bought a whole load of that as well. Anyway, so they were the buys, and now we're probably going to go back to my appeal for top 7 subscribers. And the longest, Patricia. Anything to say, you know, really brave or anything? We've all got different stories, and to be honest, my backstory is very interesting, probably the best way as well. And we all do. But Patricia, you put it out there, as did Candice as well, and but no, a lot of you. But I just sort of highlighted that because Patricia came in with the longest at 55 minutes. Well, was it 2 days, 55? No, 55 minutes. But I sat right through it all, and it was really interesting. And to be honest, all of you put on there, I've actually sat down, listened. So we had a total of 282 minutes so far in video time, and the average answer length was 16 minutes thereabouts. I also want to shout out to Karen Sarah. I'm presuming Sarah isn't the surname, but very angelic. Karen's a subscriber, and she's also got a Twitch channel starting up. But basically, she did what I really wanted to see happen, which is to see a subscriber take part in this. And that's going to lead me on to my next plea. I still want creators who, some have been promising, and I know it's busy and there's lots of other things to do, but especially as we're getting into the winter time for some of us, have a think about it and chuck something together. And all I ask is if you put the playlist or a mention in the description, then it means I'll know you've done it, so I can add it to the playlist. Otherwise, I've got to make sure that I'm going through 132 channels now, sort of every 2 or 3 days, to make sure there's anything new I haven't missed, and I'm trying to catch up with everyone, which I'm not sure why I started doing that, but that's the way I am. But my next plea now is for subscribers, or your bonsai stories are probably better than some of that, and I know a lot of you, with the advice you give and the experience knowledge you have, probably could do some pretty good top 7 answers. So that's my next plea. You know, if you're a regular subscriber or you see this and you think, you know what, I've got some cracking trees, or I've got some good stories, even my worst bonsai, you know, and again, I like the way people have interpreted that as best as they see it, because that's what this is about. And upload it. You only need to have one video on there. I'll grab it, put it on the playlist. And really, I suppose the only thing I'm going to say now is really thanks. You know, 17 videos. That's brilliant. And again, I'm going to give another big shout to Nigel Saunders, Bonsai Zone. Some of the bigger creators, they don't need to waste their time doing this, but you know that they love bonsai and they love this whole community when they take part in things like this. I say a big congratulations to Yeli of growing bonsai, because obviously he's well on his way to becoming a bonsai master. I'm just a bonsai disaster, so there you go. And the only final thing I was going to play is there's 17 so far. I do make a point of trying to watch everyone's videos from 17 as part of that support process. Now I know we've all got different busy work schedules, but if you can, try and keep that playlist to one side and keep your eye out. Support each other. Certainly you've got, I think, is it Matthew in Pretoria with Climb Bonsai? Again, I love that. Climb means small trees for big people. Anyway, I've blabbed on long enough. I've got a load of booze to drink, and I've also actually got to get back to my holiday and bird watching, seal watching. Do you know what I am? I'm becoming an ornithopter. Is it ornithopter or ornithologist? Bird watcher. I'm starting to learn my birds. Anyway, from Xavier at the top end of Stronsay, which is the top end of Scotland, I say cheers, happy bonsaiing, God bless. And now there's some of the Highland Park.